Making the headlines this morning, Anambra state government enforces free education policy across state-owned schools. Anambra State Blind Students Association organizes end of the year party. President Tinubu pledges commitment to South Africa bilateral trade. More than 300 people arrested in Georgia after 6 nights of pro-EU protests. Welcome to the morning news. My name is Chidima Oranwa. Since Anambra State government declared free education policy in all government-owned schools and also gave stern warning on the collection of levies in whatever guise, Anambra State Universal Basic Education (ASUBEB) has been on the forefront of enforcing the law. Correspondent Kinechi Kuchkode has details.
According to the Executive Secretary of ASUBEB, Dr. Vera Nwadinubi, during a press briefing in Oka, public schools are giving 50,000 naira interest every month as sundry running costs, including providing teaching aids like marker and whiteboards.
These bodies are expected to cover whatever sundry expenses, little things, even cover. If you want to do extra lesson for the children, it can cover that.
The demoted head teachers include Mrs. Okoye Uju of Awada Primary School 1, Mrs. Eunice Nwaneka of Awada Primary School 2, Mrs. Patience Obioma of Awada Primary School 3, Mrs. Elizabeth Ekene of Awada Primary School 4, Mrs. Gloria Nkoleka of Awada Primary School 5, Mrs. Maluako Chinwe of Awada Primary School 6. The ASUBEB Board Secretary, Mrs. Lovelyn Mbwemena, a board member, Lady Teresa Azodo, amongst other board members, were present during the press briefing.
We believe that after this, there will be anomalies in the schools will be rectified.
In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
The State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Mrs. Ify Obinabo, has called on India, Anambra and stakeholders to join hands with the state government to eliminate gender-based violence and create a safer, more inclusive society. Mrs. Obinabo made the call during pre-conference press briefing for the 2024 Unite Conference on 16 Days Activism Against Gender-Based Violence in Anambra State. She explained that the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence with the theme Unite to End Gender-Based Violence in Anambra is a global campaign aimed at raising awareness and inspiring action to eliminate violence against women and girls. She disclosed that the state government, with the support of ROLAC, has done the domestication and implementation of critical laws such as the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law, the Child Rights Law, Anambra State Disability Rights Law, among others. The Anambra State Blind Students Association has celebrated its 2024 get-together aimed at encouraging the visually impaired to be resilient and determined to maximize their potentials. The event, with the theme of Vision Beyond Sight, took place at Dennis Memorial Grammar School, DMGS, Onitsha. Correspondent Ifunanya Nwankwo has details.
In their lectures, Professor Chigozo Ifadeke and Barrister Eloka Obi charged the students not to relent, but to believe in themselves, as true vision is not all about physical sight, but one's determination to achieve the unexpected.
I want to thank God on the topic that you have given me today, to encourage you, to tell you that we are going somewhere, to tell you it's not about the eye, it's about what is inside you. You keep trying, keep working hard in order to do what? To do more for life.
Speaking later in an interview, the coordinator of National Association of Nigeria Students, NANS, Southeast, Comrade Charles Ijoma, and the coordinator of Nigerian Association of the Blind Youth Wing, Anambra Chapter, Comrade Chibuzo Obierika, charged the students to believe in themselves and take their destinies by the horns. Their patron, Chief Godwin Okeke, emphasized the need to support people living with disabilities to make them feel they belong and to enjoy quality social life, education, and job opportunities.
As a Christian, you have to learn to help others. See your neighbor as your own brother, as your own sister. See somebody who has problem as your own problem. And God will continue to bless you.
From Onitsha, if Nanya Wankwo reporting for ABS.
The Archbishop Province of the Niger, Mr. Reverend Alexander Ibezim, says prayers are an essential part of life that makes one spiritually alert and gives one power to overcome temptations. The Archbishop stated this during his administration at the 2024 Advent Prayer Convention of the Anglican Diocese of Oka, held at Chapel of Redemption, Unizik Permanent Site, Oka. Correspondent Chinelo Onwuzulike has details.
Archbishop Ibezim, who is also the Bishop, Diocese of Oka, explained that God's blessings surpasses human comprehension and needs serious prayers and persistent faith to bring them to actuality. The President of Women's Ministry of the province and diocese, Dr. Mrs. Martha Ibezim, said such prayer conventions help one tackle the issues facing their families and encourage the women to hold on to their faith, remain steadfast, serve God wholeheartedly, and not to backslide in the face of difficult circumstances in life. In their separate speeches, Venerable Chris Obodo and David Ezobi, who are the organizers of the prayer convention, maintained that consistency and patience in prayer are what is required in the journey of faith, saying that storm of life may come, but God will continue to preserve and perfect his works.
My word of encouragement to women is that this is the time to serve God wholeheartedly. This is the time to remain steadfast in serving the Lord.
So if we are able to stand firm and then keep on moving no matter the obstacle, then we'll have the same testimony that God is at work no matter the storm and no matter the challenges we face.
I am Chinelo Onwuzulike for ABS News.
President Bola Tinubu has said Nigeria and South Africa share a collective destiny to collaborate for the good of the African continent. Therefore, he said both countries must intensify cooperation across various sectors, warning that the implementation, not the mere signing of MOUs, constitutes the success of the partnership. Tinubu made this argument in his opening address when he co-chaired the 11th session of the Nigeria-South Africa Binational Commission alongside President Cyril Ramaphosa in Cape Town, South Africa. The Nigeria-South Africa Binational Commission was established in 1999 to further strengthen the ties of friendship and cooperation between the two nations. Allegations of police violence have emerged as citizens protest the recently re-elected Georgian Dream Party's decision to suspend EU accession talks. Over 300 people have been detained in Georgia since protests erupted 6 nights ago over the ruling Georgian Dream's decision to halt the country's negotiations to join the EU. Images widely circulated on social media show injured Georgians in the street and violent clashes between protesters and police officers using tear gas. Now, sports. Kwara United have announced the postponement of their matchday system feature against Anambra. The encounter, which was initially scheduled to take place on Saturday, December 8th, has been moved to a later date. The game was moved due to Anambra's CAF Confederation Cup engagement. The People's Elephant will take on Egyptian giant Zamalek in their second group game of the competition at the Goswell Ababio International Stadium, Uyo, on Saturday, December 7th. And that's just about it on the news this morning. But before we go, a quick reminder that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on X at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Our top stories again. Anambra State government has enforced the free education policy across state-owned schools. Anambra State Blind Students Association has organized end-of-the-year party. President Tinubu has pledged a commitment to South Africa bilateral trade. And we told you on the foreign scene that more than 300 people have been arrested in Georgia after 6 nights of pro-EU protests. And that's it on the news of this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chidem Orangwa. Good morning.